Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today, we're going to learn about how to believe in yourself when no one else does. Now, let's begin. Number 1, prove yourself right. Which is more convincing? You tell me, an idea or a fact? Now, if I told you that creative people have a harder time falling asleep, would you take my word for it? Or would you want proof? Now, obviously, research and data would make my argument much more convincing. So let me ask you this. Why can't you supply yourself with the same kind of cold, hard facts? When it comes to self-improvement, people try to convince themselves of all kinds of baseless ideas, but those ideas rarely do anything. Why? Well, because you want proof. Before you can ever have faith in yourself, you need to give yourself a reason to believe. Just give yourself some real, concrete evidence that you can accomplish your goals. Because just like any good argument, proof is only going to make your faith stronger. Luckily, there's an easy way to find the kind of evidence that you're looking for. Just start by designing a small challenge for yourself. Pick a goal that no one expects you to accomplish, and make it your mission to cross that specific goal right off your list. And once you do, you'll know that you're capable of more than anyone thinks you are. You'll have proof that you should have faith in your ability to succeed. And that way, whenever you start doubting yourself, well, you can just look back at your proof and say, hey, if I can do that, I can do anything. Number 2. Believing in your motivation. Motivation is a powerful tool when developing self-confidence. Some people think motivation is just a reason to go to work in the morning, but it's so much more. It's the reason why all your hard work matters and why you should believe in yourself when no one else does. Because even if you don't have faith in your own ability, you can still believe in the why that drives you. Well, it's kind of like you're a new pilot flying your first commercial plane. As you get closer to your destination, you get nervous about landing. You may not have the most confidence in yourself, but you know that you're not alone. You know that you have people on the ground guiding you in for a safe landing. Your motivators are there to point you in the right direction, to help you land in the right place, safe and sound. So the more faith you have in your motivation, the more faith that you'll have in yourself. To develop that kind of faith, you need to figure out exactly what motivates you. Then ask yourself why that motivation is worthwhile. It might be valuable to you, to your community, or to the entire world. As long as you can understand the value of your motivation, then you'll have a much easier time trusting yourself moving forward. Number 3. Feed your pride. Now, everyone knows that pride can be a dangerous thing. Too much of it can make you arrogant and ungrateful. It can blind you to the good habits and supportive people that have made your success possible. But too little pride can have an equally detrimental effect on your life. Pride helps you understand the value of your accomplishments, and it gives you a reason to work longer and harder to make your dreams come true. My point here is that pride works best in moderation. It's just like sleep, sugar, or exercise. You don't want too much, but you don't want too little either. So, how do you develop enough pride without going overboard? Well, one effective strategy is to rediscover all the things that you have to be proud of. Just imagine you're working toward a big promotion, but you've convinced yourself that you're not qualified. Oh, and to make matters worse, it feels like everyone around you is thinking the same thing. The road ahead just seems too rocky for you to handle. But what about all the obstacles that you've already overcome? At the time, those bumps in the road felt just as impossible, just as intimidating, and chances are no one believed in you then either. But you overcame those obstacles anyway. That alone is something to be proud of. So just use your past accomplishments to motivate your present. Be proud of the progress you've made, but never ever forget that you still have a lot of room to grow. Number 4. Beware the prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecies are about as common as they are destructive. From the moment you start doubting yourself, your perspective changes. You start looking for reasons to prove yourself right, to prove that your worries and flaws are as real as you think they are. But here's the catch. It doesn't really matter whether you find actual proof or not. That's why it's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. The only reason it comes true is because, deep down, you're looking for it. Self-fulfilling prophecies are a lot like a game of Where's Waldo? Just imagine someone hands you a crowded drawing and says, "Find Waldo." Well, you'll probably start looking for a man in a striped shirt and blue pants. But when you're concentrated on finding Waldo, you won't notice the hundreds of other wacky characters filling the page. In other words, if you're looking for reasons to doubt yourself, you'll find reasons to doubt yourself. But at the same time, you'll miss all the reasons why you should be proud and confident. These self-fulfilling prophecies may convince you that no one is standing in your corner, that everyone in the world is rooting for you to fail. But that just isn't true. It only looks that way because you're searching for people who don't believe in you. You're so focused on your critics that you're ignoring your fans. So just keep those self-fulfilling prophecies out of your life. If you ever decide that you're not good enough or no one believes in you, just remove your blinders and take an honest look around. Chances are you're only seeing what you want to see. Number 5. Exercising your core. Hey, don't worry, I'm not talking about sit-ups or crunches. I'm talking about your core values. These are the fundamental principles that guide you through life. You might value loyalty or honesty above everything. You could be the kind of person who looks on the bright side of every bad situation. Or maybe you don't know what your core values are. And hey, that's okay too. Exercising your core means taking a deeper dive into the ideas, beliefs, and values that matter to you most. Just ask yourself why honesty and loyalty are so important to you. Think about where your consistent positivity comes from. Each of these introspective questions can help you to get to know yourself better, because most people don't have a good grasp on who they really are. You've spent so much time prioritizing the beliefs and values of other people, you've let their feelings hold you back, and you've let their opinions change your mind. But all this time, you've been so focused on everyone else that you've lost track of yourself. Exercising your core builds self-belief by teaching you to care about your own priorities. Instead of obsessing over other people, you'll start paying attention to what you think and how you feel, because those are the most important parts of self-confidence and self-worth. Before you can ever push, challenge, or root for yourself, you have to understand yourself. Number 6. The value of baby steps. Every step forward is a valuable piece of progress, no matter how small or insignificant that you think it is. In fact, those baby steps will account for 99% of the progress that you'll make in your lifetime. Many people imagine themselves achieving success by taking one giant leap forward. They envision some miracle that launches their career 10 steps ahead. But real change comes in bits and pieces. You accomplish a few small goals here. You get around some minor roadblocks there. And slowly but surely, these baby steps will lead you anywhere you need to go. The best part is, when you finally get there, you'll know exactly how hard you worked for it, and you'll feel that much more proud of the amazing progress that you've made. Number 7. Don't try to change minds. If you have a hard time believing in yourself, you might be relying too much on other people to define your worth. This is an incredibly common mistake because it's such an easy trap to fall into. You want people to like you, right? You want people to believe in you. So when someone doesn't, it raises a red flag, and you do everything in your power to change their mind. But listen, there will always be people in the world that look down on you, criticize your goals, and underestimate your talents. Everyone is going to have their own opinion, and most of those opinions won't line up with yours. So, what should you do about it? You could spend years trying to prove each and every one of your critics wrong, but would that really get you anywhere? Even if you somehow managed to change every single person's mind, it wouldn't bring you the confidence that you're looking for. You won't suddenly feel decisive, motivated, or successful just because the world stopped putting you down. So don't waste any more of your time and effort. Stop trying to change people's minds. You don't need to fend off all the hate coming your way, because that hate doesn't mean anything. It doesn't reduce your worth or strip you of your potential. Just focus on making yourself happy, while that negative noise just fades into the background. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.